more intimate. Yeah. Now
voice for radio.
Yeah, now you can see how it just gets a little comfy.
It's much better.
Right?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, we get to just have a conversation now.
Are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead, Katie. I've been ready all morning for this.
I've been ready for weeks.
I sprung out of bed this morning. I'm like, this is going to be fun. We're going to go to Mel Foster. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Joe Braymeyer Presents, live right here on Facebook. I'm over here at Mel Foster Co., right smack dab in the middle of the Quad Cities, with my budding friendship, Carrie Nesbitt.
Yeah, welcome.
How the heck are you?
Great. Excited to have you here.
It's Food Truck Friday over here.
It is.
Do you guys do this a lot where you just invite all the employees and bring in a food truck and do fun things on a Friday?
Yeah. So the first Friday of every
Here,
month.
get this nice and close. Yeah.
First Friday of every month, we bring in a different food truck and invite all of the insurance division, all of our agents, commercial, residential, everybody to come and join. Along with our vendor partners, we invite them as well for our free lunch and just some time to relax and hang out and have conversation and just take some time out in the beautiful weather.
That was kind of one of the parts of this whole deal that kind of intrigued me when you were telling me about the Food Truck Friday thing, because I'm like, that's pretty cool. You invite some of your business partners over here and some of the other brands that you guys will associate yourself with, and they associate themselves with you.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of a cool way to just kind of give back to some of the, let's face it, maybe smaller brands that are trying to become some big brands.
Absolutely.
And it's a good partnership. So
Yeah, we enjoy it.
what do you even do here?
What don't we do?
Yeah, no,
So-
you specifically.
What I do?
What does
What
Carrie
don't I do?
Nesbitt do at Mel Foster on the day-to-day?
Sure. So my official title is Director of Talent Acquisition and Client Development. So what does that mean? So my mission, my vision is to tell the community about Mel Foster, what we have to offer, what that means to you if you become an agent with us, and just spread kind of the good news and the word of, a 100-year-old company. What do we mean to the Quad Cities? And bring those new agents in and then educate them from there. So one arm of what I do is we have developed what we have is the Mel Foster School of Real Estate. So that the past year was kind of my baby to bring on and get up and running. So if you decide you wanted to be an agent, there's no need to go anywhere else but to start at Mel Foster from start and beyond. So we teach the 36 hours of pre-licensing for Iowa, the 60 hours of pre-licensing for Iowa, and then you start and become licensed here. So
does every real estate firm, or what do you guys call the brokerage?
Brokerage.
Okay, does every brokerage company have a thing or a school where you can just get it, or is it more like ride along with Bill for a week and he's going to get you ramped up and then there you go? Is that usually how it goes?
Well, I mean, the required classes are there are other brokerages, more the traditional brokerages. There's another big one in town that they have their own school as well. There's a couple that have their own school, which is great. But typically, when you want to become licensed, you have to go to a state level, take a course there, or take some online courses before you're licensed. But so you have to take the courses to become licensed. But we offer those here.
Oh,
so you don't have to go outside of our brokerage to do that. So
I bet like tomorrow, if I was like, you know what, I'm going to become a realtor. What do I do? I'm sure you can get certified online and then join a brokerage. What you're saying is, hey, that can be a very confusing road.
Absolutely. The whole process.
Yeah, and you could find yourself, one, doing things that you don't really necessarily need to spend a lot of time and effort on, going through all the minutia, if you will, where you could just walk in the door to Mel Foster and say, hey, I think I'd like this as a career path.
Yep.
And you guys can say, well, then come on in and let's help you navigate through that and get you certified right here. So we're going to take all the think work out of it.
Yeah, and you have somebody to guide you through the whole process. There's a lot to it. So my role is to help every new agent that comes through, to do that from the time they become licensed and then beyond. So the benefit of it being within Mel Foster is we not only can teach the curriculum, but we can then put in our processes in the way, of a Mel Foster way within that. So
checks and balances.
Yeah, and it's so you're not getting a generic training and then having to learn. You can learn both at the same time, and then once you're licensed, we have so many mentors and so many avenues beyond that to just help you build your business.
Can I tell you something, Carrie?
Sure.
And I'm not just going to tell you this because I'm under the Mel Foster tent. I was thinking about this morning. Like, why do you care about Mel Foster, Joe? Just because, like, I don't have, like, I'm not part of the organization, but why am I finding myself kind of caring about Mel Foster? It's because the brand itself, being a Quad Cityan, makes me feel kind of comfortable.
Yeah.
In a way, there's just certain brands around the Quad Cities where when you see them, you kind of feel like, okay, there's some stability there, there's longevity, there's some deep roots, there's a lot of vested interest in the Quad Cities from that brand. And because, let's face it, if communities don't have strong brands and businesses behind them, the community doesn't have anything to lean on.
Right.
So there again, I'm not just saying that because I'm in the tent. When I see the Mel Foster logo, subconsciously, it just makes me feel a little bit more cozy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a very trusted and well-known brand for over 100 years in the community, and not only is it residential real estate, but commercial real estate, land development. We have an insurance arm to our business, which maybe some people don't know, for residential and beyond as well. So, and then, a big part of our, and a relocation program, but a big, I'd say, focus that we have as a brand as well is giving back to the community that has been so good to us. So we do a lot of work out in the community. We have a lot of charitable events that we sponsor or volunteer for, and we do encourage agents and those that are in a part of our company to be a part of that too. So it's a huge piece.
When you invited me over here a couple weeks ago, just so I could kind of see what Mel Foster's all about, because there again, it's just a big brand that I've always known. I've never really navigated through the halls of the Mel Foster. And when you invited me over here and we kind of were walking around, and I was just, and you were telling me about the company, I'm like, I didn't know you guys did that. Yeah. I've lived in this area my whole life. I didn't know Mel Foster Co. offered that. And then also there's just a lot of charm within the office. You guys got the fluffy dogs running around in there. You got a super cozy main office, and then you've got some cool, trendy, all glass wall office side meeting conference rooms and stuff. And I'm like, this feels fresh and new. And for what you guys been here 100 years?
100 years.
Yeah.
1921.
It doesn't feel like a stuffy 100-year-old company. It like feels like it's like we're just a big, fresh, powerful brand that's out there.
Absolutely.
So I don't know. That's just my.
Good. I'm glad to hear you say that. I think that's a big part of what we strive for too. It's just to keep reinventing ourselves and do something maybe that nobody else is doing, and what can we do to get, stand apart and not, what's the definition of insanity? Do what you've always done. Now that's always been good to us to get the result that we've always had, but times change, market changes, generations change, so we have to change with the times as well.
And what you were saying with you is if you want to become a realtor and you walk through the doors of Mel Foster, at some point that person, probably relatively quickly, is going to encounter Carrie Nesbitt.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And you're going to guide them through from there to figure out what's the best fit.
Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. And
that's what you do here.
I do that, and then I also work with our current agents and all of our education, and we do pride ourselves in keeping forward with making sure that our agents are very well versed on all of the new changing laws. And when contracts change, we are definitely at the forefront of that. We want to make sure that our agents are some of the most educated within the community. So that's something that we take very seriously. So, and not just here. We have branches, of course, outside of the Quad Cities too. So.
Yeah, you guys got a big operation up in Cedar Rapids, don't you?
No, we have Kewanee, we have Geneseo, Galesburg, Moline, Clinton.
I was thinking of Geneseo.
Yeah.
Jeez, you guys are all over the map here.
Yep, we have quite an extensive arm. So.
Who am I going to talk to next?
You have a variety that you're going to talk to.
You guys gave me this whole list. I'm like, I didn't know I was going to be here till 11 o'clock tonight talking to people.
Yeah.
I'll gladly do it.
We have a lot of people that want to talk about that they're excited about their role or their part in Mel Foster. So we're excited to have them.
Send me that one dude. Is there a guy named Joe that was
Joe,
back there? Is he like a
Joe.
commercial guy?
He is. Joe Wanio, he's commercial, and he has one of our newer agents, Nick, with him as well. So
Send me
he's just
Joe, the
started, so-
commercial guy. Sadly, Nick's going to have to just stay back in the purview there because we only have one mic and one chair.
No,
but
great.
send me Joe over here,
Got it.
and Carrie Nesbitt, everybody. We'll be seeing you around. I'll be seeing you in the food truck line. By the way, is that Tanglewood's
That is the Tanglewood
food truck?
Yes, we have Tanglewood food trucks. We have Energy Balls. I don't know if everybody's familiar, but we'll get Julie to talk to you too.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna
the
talk to
owner,
Julie.
She's awesome, and those are a big hit in our office too. So
Is it pronounced Energy Balls?
So I thought it was Energy Balls, but I've heard it pronounced Energy Balls. So if you
I've
look at the
always
way it's
called it
pronounced-
Energy Balls,
I just
and I
call them
figured it
balls.
was just had the
Yeah.
J in it, but it was still pronounced G Energy. Oh, that's funny, and it makes way more sense.
Right.
Energy
I
Balls.
know.
Yeah.
I know. Okay.
All
Let me
right.
Get Joe.
Thank you.
Nice to talk to you.
Yep.
Thanks
Thank
for
you,
being here.
Carrie.
Yep.
Once again, if you're just joining us, welcome to Joe Brameyer Presents live here in Davenport at the Mel Foster Food Truck Friday. So we're hanging out after a long night last night up at the Crocus Foundation Gala up in Dubuque. Saddle up there, Joe. Hey, welcome.
Good.
Nice to meet you, man.
How are you?
Good. Talk right into the microphone. Get really intimate with it. Bring that all the way to the edge of the table there. Get it nice and close.
All right.
Why do I recognize you? Like, I've seen you before, like, around the Quad Cities. Do you live in town here?
I do, and have for 30-some-odd years. I did 2 out in D.C. area, but other than that,
You've been out here your whole life.
yeah.
Do you live in Bettendorf?
I live in Central City, Davenport, but
Okay. Same thing.
yeah.
Quad Cities.
Yes, sir. Well, how old are you?
43.
43, so I'm 38 today. Birthday
Oh,
today.
happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I've got 5 older brothers, 2 sisters, so you're right in the age of a couple of my brothers.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
Saturday
that's
morning cartoons, baby.
what- There we go.
Yeah. Are you like one of the top commercial guys for Mel Foster?
Well, there's only a handful of us.
Okay, so
there's-
probably easy to be the top guy.
Yeah, so I do a ton of transactions actually in the whole MLS. I'm probably top 2, top 3 in the number of transactions, but volume-wise, I'm a little bit down because I grind and do a lot of smaller transactions too. So
How long you been at this grind?
I think I've been here 8 years-ish.
And were you doing it before with another operation?
Yeah, I worked for 2 developers previously.
Oh,
And
okay.
then Thad's our managing broker at the commercial office. He said, why don't you come on over here? And that's history.
So you were working directly, like you said, with some of the builders and stuff?
Some commercial developers, yep.
Okay. And then ultimately it's better to kind of hitch your wagon to the Mel Foster horse.
Yeah, I mean you're your own business, as opposed to when you're working for somebody, you're there when they say you're there, you're leaving and you're doing the jobs, but here you've got the freedom to do whatever you want. It's your business. You can make it grow as you want or go off and work less if you want. But so yeah, I mean that's basically why I did it.
Let me get to know you on a personal level
Yeah.
a little bit before we just drone on about real estate.
Sure.
What are you most known for? What are you the go-to for within your family or friend unit?
So as I told you, I got 5 brothers, 2 sisters. They all have kids. I'm the only one who's not married, doesn't have kids.
You're
So-
Funkle Joe.
So I'm the Funkle.
You're the Funkle, baby.
I mean, no joke. It's that's where I'm the go-to. And actually, right after this, I'm going to go visit one of my brothers in Milwaukee. So that's why I'm kind of a
Oh,
little
that's
bit on,
fun.
let's go. So I'm going to go. He's got 3 daughters up there, and we're going to do my birthday up there and birthday dinner. So that's my go-to.
You're
You know?
literally leaving once you take the headphones off.
Well,
You're heading up there.
I've got a closing at noon.
Oh,
and
okay.
Then I got to run some things, but yeah.
What time is it right now if you've got a closing at noon?
11:44.
I wanted to get cozy with you.
It's close.
Are you taking oh yeah, you just got to go across the parking lot?
It's on Elmore, but
Oh, not too far.
no. Or I'm sorry, on Utica. We're on Elmore.
So you've got kind of like an apprentice that you have here, a guy named Nick, like a brand new guy, right? Greenhorn.
And you got it right. That's exact. We call him Green. He is green as can be, but he's learning and he's motivated, and he's pounding it and working hard. So we're happy to have him.
When did he walk through the door and say, "I want to sell commercial real estate"?
I think he started a month or 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, he's been great. He's nice, and he's been working hard, and we just need to polish some of the edges and teach him.
Well, you're one of the seasoned guys here. Like you're kind of one of the captains of the team, right? I would think, and especially on the commercial arm of things. So that's kind of a big deal, and kind of cool that the brand new guy gets to hang out with you and kind of steal some thoughts and ideas from you, and you're probably an open book and sharing with him. And
hopefully I'm teaching him some stuff. But yeah, I mean he's learning a lot, and I'm helping him out, and hopefully he's enjoying it.
What's the first thing you're going to do when you get to Wisconsin?
Milwaukee. Well, we'll try to have dinner, but he lives in the Bayview neighborhood, which is sort of a historic neighborhood. And we'll hit the farmer's market and the lake. Lake Michigan's right there, 2 blocks from his house, and just little Wisconsin things. There's a bar in every corner. We'll have to stop by a bar. We'll have to go get some cheese curds, and that's the experience.
Well, that's what that sounds very Wisconsin-y.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, great. Well, I hope it's a fun weekend, man. I hope you cut loose a little bit. I hope the closing goes well.
Yeah.
Hope everybody has all the T's crossed and the I's dotted, and everybody showed up with some earnest money and all that stuff, right?
No funny business here. No.
Good. All right. Well, we don't want to delay you any farther, Joe. Joe, what's your last name? I'm sorry.
Wonio. Wonio.
All right. Well. Right, if somebody's got like a commercial building they want to get rid of, they can call you? Okay.
Certainly.
Well, there you go. Give Joe a prepaid call here. He doesn't have time for collect calls right now, all right? Hey, man, good luck. Go get the closing. Have some safe travels, and I'll be thinking about you if I'm knocking back any Glarus Wisconsin beers.
I'll bring some back.
Yeah, bring some back. I mean, that's the least you could do. Bring me a 6-pack for the conversation, man.
It's the only place you can get them.
Get out of here and tag somebody in for me, will you? There we go. Oh, we're gonna get this lovely young lady here. So I can't wait to see who this is. See you, Joe. Safe travels, man. We're here at Mel Foster, right here in historic Davenport, Iowa. We're up here on the hill. We're up here on the hill right off of 74. Hey.
Hey.
Suzanne Witcher.
Hey.
How are you?
Good. How are you
Joe
today?
Braymeyer.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. You have a firm hand grip. Look at you.
I coach boys baseball on the side, so yep.
What age?
10U.
No funny business in that world. You got to keep them on track. It's like herding feral cats around the baseball field sometimes.
That or cattle. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
There, yeah.
Is it like a super competitive league?
Yes, so we are travel baseball. So we are single A right now, but yeah, we are actually in DeWitt this weekend, so I'll be heading there here soon to coach.
Oh. How long you been at it?
I've coached on and off for about 15 years between softball, swimming, and baseball.
Were you a softball chick growing up?
I was a softball chick. I was a catcher.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
The tough leader.
Yes.
The catcher is one of the big leaders on the team.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I took over assistant coaching. I was supposed to be the catching coach for this, and I took over coaching as an assistant.
Take me back in time. Okay, Suzanne. It's Suzanne, right?
Suzanne,
okay,
yes.
I assume that from your name tag. Okay. Take me back in time. The very first time you ever hit a home run.
Oh, gosh, that was 3rd grade.
Tell me about it.
Tell you about it? I mean...
You hit a home run in 3rd grade, like over the fence?
Over the fence, yep. Green Valley Sports Complex in Moline, yes.
Was this like a little tiny infant fence, or was this like a normal size?
Normal size.
For your age?
Yep.
And you hit one over the fence?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Walk me through it.
Okay, so I got up to the plate thinking I'd get hit because this pitcher was wild, and she pitched it right down the middle, and I had just gotten this new bat from one of the girls in our neighborhood, and I hit it directly into left field, so I was a little late. As I tell my kids, I was a little late, but it went over, and I just kept running, not realizing it went over the fence, and everybody's like, just slow down, just slow down.
Wow.
Yeah.
Memory unlocked.
I love it.
Gosh, that's cool.
Yeah. And my son just did the same thing, hit in park the home run, his very first travel ball tournament this year in 4th grade. So, yeah.
Special moment.
Oh, I loved it. Gave me a heart attack, though.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
When with your son or yours?
My son.
Yeah. Go.
Yeah.
Especially for an in the parker, you got to be boogieing, man.
And he's a fast runner, so he thought he can make it home, and he made it home, even though we're telling him to stop at 3rd.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Youth baseball is something we're just starting to navigate through ourselves.
Okay.
And somewhat of a travel league. Our son plays for the Pleasant Valley Vengeance.
Okay.
And so, but we don't really travel a lot. You know, of course, they've got the matching uniforms and the helmets and bags and, you know, the banner on the back of the dugout. So we're kind of official and all that.
So is that like BPV League?
BPV League.
Okay.
Yeah.
Steve Tapas started that.
Yes, I've heard that name.
Yes.
That's not the Tapas Steakhouse guy, is it?
I think his family ran it, but he was a well-known newspaper for like the Quad City Dispatch.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he did the sports section for many, many years.
Around what year do you think that league was started then?
Ooh, that'd be a tough one. My husband's boss actually leads the high school, helps with the high school one, so that'd be a question I'd have to ask him.
Yeah. What do you even do here?
What do I do here?
Yeah.
I sell real estate in the residential side. I started about 12 weeks ago today, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're like Coach Realtor.
Coach Realtor, yep.
That should be your new nickname, Coach Realtor.
I've said some things. I've actually got my youth baseball team, and I'm going to do like a little reel with them and have them help me promote my business, even though I wear my Mel Foster stuff on the out in the dugout and out on the field. So, yeah.
Yeah, you got to be kind of, especially as a realtor in this area too, which is a competitive market. You got to make sure people know what you do.
Exactly.
And who you do it with.
Yeah, and it's Mel Foster all the way. There was no other option.
Well, yeah, I mean, certainly when you align yourself with a big brand like Mel Foster, it does give you quite a bit of street cred right out of the gate.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, why try to carve out some name from nothing, especially in this market? There again, I mean, it's very tough. So, you know, when you can align yourself with a Mel Foster, that gives you some home field advantage, kind of, if you will.
And everybody knows Mel Foster. It's been around since 1921. So it really, I mean, I grew up, I had a lady at our church that worked in the Rock Island office years ago, and it just was a calling when I finally decided to get into real estate that it had to be Mel Foster.
You seem like a really intelligent person.
For the most part, I try to be.
We have a guy that works for us. I nicknamed him Commander Data. Isn't Suzanne kind of putting off some Commander Data vibes a little bit, Katie? So Commander Data, he's one of our service techs at Treadmill Heroes.
Okay.
And he's like a savant. He's brilliant when it comes to using his hands and his brain and fixing things. Like it's uncanny how much the guy knows about not only mechanics but also electronics and software and coding and like.
Okay.
Usually you don't have someone who's really good at mechanics and IT.
Normally, does he have a computer engineering degree?
No, he has a high school degree, and he started working for Treadmill Heroes right out of high school. And he's one of the most brilliant guys I've ever met. But anyway, you put off some of those vibes. I can just tell, like you're very, I think, regimented in your thought process.
I am. I grew up that way. My parents raised me that way, and I've kept it even with my kids. That there is a way to do things and how to do it the right way the first time so you don't have to go back and do it again.
Do you ever cut loose?
I cut loose all the time.
How do you cut loose, Suzanne?
Well, it's been a few, but I mean, I go out and I enjoy some nice beers at one of our local breweries, or I go and I listen to live music. I'm a big music geek.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Well, then indulge me a little bit. Like, who's your some of your bands that you're listening to right now that maybe the mainstream isn't necessarily listening to?
For the past, it's been about 12 years now, Here Comes the Mummies. It's like a funk kind of jazz group. You don't know their identity. They are dressed up like mummies, and they just have a nice little chill vibe with it, but they can get a crowd going.
That's kind of isn't that kind of out of the Tool playbook? Like, the Tool didn't like do a lot of on-camera type stuff. They could just, even in their heyday, they could just walk down the street and no one would recognize the members of Tool.
I mean, you wouldn't even recognize them because you don't even know. Like, we don't know their actual names. They go by their stage names, and you never see their face. It's almost like a Masked Singer version.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's the name of them?
Here Come the Mummies.
We got to check them out. I'm always into new music.
They're really good. They were at the Rust Bell, I think, a couple months ago, actually. And they go to Makokata.
Are you a single chick? You a single mom?
Nope, I am not a single mom. I am a married mom. My husband works for John Deere locally, so yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you and him go to local concerts together, or is that something you and your friends go do?
Him and I go to it. We actually met at a Journey concert.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What a cool way to say you met somebody.
Yep, we
did. We met Steve Perry was serenading us with something, or was it a newer one?
It was the new guy back in 2017.
That villager guy that they found. They found that guy like in a village in some third world country, didn't they?
The Philippines.
I watched the documentary on. Did you watch the actual documentary on Journey? Oh, you got to watch it. It was just this villager guy that was posting stuff on YouTube, and he had an identical sound to Steve Perry.
Yes.
And of course, Steve Perry had long had a falling out with Journey.
Correct.
And they traveled there and found him, and they're like, "Do you want to go on tour with us?" And I think he's been on tour with Journey longer than Steve Perry was on tour with Journey.
It's getting pretty close to it if he hasn't already broken the record. But yeah, I actually think he's a little bit better than Steve.
So you're a really smart chick who also has a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Into things.
Yeah.
Good for
I'm
you.
a mix of all traits. I've even helped with the student build home just recently and getting more involved with that.
Listen, if you've got like a house, have Suzanne stop by and put a sign in the yard, right?
Yeah.
Punch that thing into the end zone in like a day or two.
Exactly.
Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
Hopefully.
No guarantees,
No.
but, the odds are with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, you got a good vibe to you.
Oh,
I think
awesome.
you're
Thank you.
you're a fun person, and
I try to be.
have fun playing baseball all weekend long.
I love it.
Yeah, I know, but a weekend every once in a while, just your toes in the grass is kind of nice.
It is.
But I hear you. I mean, we're living that baseball life right now. We're about 3 games away from having a cowbell,
Oh,
so
it will come eventually. Well, it's nice meeting you, Joe.
hey, Suzanne, nice to meet you too. Hey, best of luck with everything,
Thank
right?
you.
Okay, go get them today.
Will do.
We've got somebody else popping in here. Brad, nice to meet you. Brad,
Yes, sir.
how are you, man?
Amazing. Yourself?
Pretty good.
Fantastic.
Keep the mic nice and close to you. We'll get good and intimate here. What's your tie-in here to all this?
I've been with Mel Foster 20 plus years, so life is good.
Yeah. Must be doing something right. Must be hitting your quota, right? Yeah.
That's one.
Yeah. What's your last name, Brad?
Bolt sell.
Do you sell homes here?
Residential on the Illinois side.
Oh. Okay. That's probably why I don't recognize your name, because I don't go past as many front yards on the Illinois side as I do the Iowa side.
Absolutely.
How many houses you going to sell this year?
Hopefully a plethora.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You off to a good start?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
20 years, so you're kind of like the old wise owl around here, right?
Seasoned.
Seasoned, yeah.
Absolutely.
Extra tenderized, right?
Absolutely.
What's the most expensive house you've ever sold?
Right around 700,000.
Yeah, that's a big one, especially in this area.
Yeah, especially on the Illinois side.
Especially on the Illinois side.
Absolutely.
For whatever reason, Illinois dirt seems to just be a little bit more expensive than Iowa dirt, and everything that goes along with it.
And our taxes.
Yeah, no kidding.
Those residential taxes are brutal.
What do you do for fun? Do you golf?
No, I put air shows on down in Miami, and I take care of some dogs out of QC Paws every Wednesday.
Well, hold on, because I want to talk about both those. What do you mean you put on air shows? Yeah, I see on your hat it says Hyundai. Most people say Hyundai Air and Sea Show. Are
in Miami Beach, not Miami Beach.
Okay, so what do you mean by what you put on an air show?
I keep in touch with all the different squadrons all 13 months out of the year, and this year we actually had a 7-ship flyover, all 3 bombers by the Air Force, and F-22, F-15, A-10, and F-16 all at once. It was pretty cool.
Okay, that's what the air show was, but when you say you put on the show, like, so you're like the guy that has all the contacts with all the Air Force people and the pilots and the planes and the
There's
licenses
4 or 5 of
and
us that do all that. Yeah, we have people that do the 25, 35, all the paperwork. I just keep in touch with all the different teams, and it's been about 25 years of that.
So are you like a paid employee of the organization?
Yes, absolutely.
So what's the name of the organization that puts it on?
We are the MDM group out of somewhere in Florida, somewhere down south in the Fort Lauderdale area, actually.
Okay, so you work for the MDM group as well as Mel Foster.
Yes.
And you coordinate. That's so interesting. You coordinate air shows.
Yes, I do. Absolutely. And I take care of about, in 25 years here, I've taken care of about 82 kids with cancer here in the Quad Cities, given back about $1.4 million to families, and we are 100% not-for-profit. Not one person makes a penny.
Wow. Yeah. Through the air show?
No, this is just my own foundation out at Oakwood Country Club.
Oh, you've got your own foundation? Look at you. Jeez.
Busy camper.
So tell me about the organization quickly. Like, what is it?
It's for kids and the families with cancer. When my mom was dying of cancer, she said to me, Brad, put a smile on somebody's face every day, and we just started it basically in honor of my mother. And
how wonderful.
We send kids to Europe, Disney, really anywhere they want to go. We feed probably at Christmas time about probably 60, 70 families, food for a family for a week.
How do you fund the thing?
Through a wine tasting and an indoor putt-putt tournament. It'll be our 25th year this year.
Plug the thing. What is the thing called?
It's the Tootie Stripe putt-putt and wine tasting. It's we're sold out. I mean, we can only have like 360 people, and we're basically sold out.
What's
already.
It called?
Tootie Stripe Foundation.
And where's it located at every year? Or this year, I guess.
Well, our offices are in Rock Island, but we're all through the Quad Cities. Any kid with cancer, we're here to help.
Why have I never heard of this organization?
We like to keep it quiet, and it's just it's amazing how many people want to reach out to you, and I don't want to say for bad reasons, but yeah, when you're running non-for-profit, you get a lot of unique phone calls.
I think that's wonderful. Dude, your phone is blowing. You know, if you hit the side button on there, it'll stop ringing.
This thing melted.
Hit that top button there. There you go, and it'll just silence it. Oh. And the good news is...
Willow Springs Swimming Club.
Yeah.
Where the Tootie Stripe kids all belong in the summer to go swimming.
Oh, that's who's calling you now?
That's a plug.
Well, I just gave you a tip now. Now, the good news is you can hit the top button. It'll ring all the way through the cycle, so no one will think you declined their call. They'll just think you missed the call.
I love it.
And so so just boop, just one time there. If you hit it twice, you're going to send them to voicemail. So let them just sit there quietly and ride the wave.
All right, bueno.
How many phone calls a day do you get between real estate, air show coordination, your foundation? 40, 50, 60 calls a day? Spam.
Yeah.
Because I bet your phone number's everywhere.
It's 50, 60 a day.
I bet.
Yeah.
And the problem is, too, like, you have to kind of answer it even if it's not like a local area code, because you have people calling you from all over the place. So, yeah, I bet you get spammed just spammed across the face like all day long. You're like, oh, you got me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Brad, you seem like a good guy.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Just like you.
You seem like you got a lot of energy. You're ready to rock and roll, man.
Mountain Dew all the way.
All right. When's your next closing?
Next listing? Hopefully tomorrow.
Oh, good.
Absolutely.
Fresh sign in the grass.
Yeah. Just got back from Miami, so we're ready to go.
Brad, what again?
Baltzell.
Brad Baltzell. I pronounced it right?
Spot on.
Illinois side, right? Only Illinois side.
Only Illinois.
You got a house in Illinois you need gone, call Brad. He'll take care of you. And he's going to do it with some flair and a big heart, too. So, hey, man.
Thanks, brother.
Nice to meet you, Brad. I hope I see you around.
You will.
And let's
Keep in
chat
touch.
more sometime.
You want to play in the putt-putt?
Uh,
Drink wine?
you know what? Could we live stream from there? We just live streamed from a huge cancer gala last night up in Dubuque.
I'll have to ask the board, but I
Follow me on Facebook. Just follow me, Joe Braymeyer. You'll see the footage from last night. There was the Crocus Foundation up in Dubuque. It was like 300 people. It was like the most elegant thing I've ever been to. And we live streamed from the whole event doing kind of this thing. I would love to come to your event and do something.
Doing
I think the
pianos,
cause is
fireworks,
amazing.
fireworks, it's amazing.
Stay in touch, please.
Done deal.
Yeah, I mean that. That's not feel-good talk. That's real talk. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Brad. Yeah. Looks like we got somebody on deck here. Okay, you bet, man. See you later. Come on in. That was an interesting turn there that initially I thought I was getting going with Brad there, and I was like, well, we're going to talk about just real estate for a minute here with old Brad. And did you hear much of that?
I did not.
Here, pull this in here real close. Yeah.
I did not.
Who are you?
I am Shelley Groves with RIA Federal Credit Union.
Hey, Shelley.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Joe Braymeyer.
Nice to meet
Joe
you.
Braymeyer Presents. Make sure to like, share, follow, and subscribe. And
All
don't
the
forget to
things.
hit that notification bell, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, and I'm sorry. I got lost in thought there. I was thinking about 100 other things. What's your first name again? Shelley?
Yes.
Shelley. Okay,
Yes.
Shelley. So you're giving out the dough.
We are. We're happy to.
So walk me through your normal day, Shelley. Like when you walk into the office on just an average day, what do you specifically do to where I would understand it?
Well, I oversee the whole mortgage team. But I can tell you what our originators do. Does that sound good?
Yeah, but you better start with what's an originator.
What's an originator? A mortgage loan originator is the individual who will actually sit down and talk with our members and figure out what their goal is. Are they looking to purchase, to refinance a home, and then walk them through the process from application to close, every step of the way.
And you oversee all those people.
I do.
Which is how many?
I oversee a team of about 10 people.
Wow, you're busy.
We are busy, which is a great thing. We'd like to be busier.
How long you been at this racket?
I've been at this racket for 20 plus years.
Wow, yeah, so you know.
So I do. I know a thing or two about mortgages.
Can we dive in on a couple things here, Shelley, if that's okay?
Absolutely.
Katie, I hate to ask because you're already doing so much by producing, but would you grab me a bottle of water out of the cooler over there? Shelley, would you like a bottle of water?
I would, thank you.
Let's get Shelley a bottle of water here if we're going to get cozy and comfortable here. How, and I know you've thought about this, how is AI going to affect your industry over the next 10 years? We'll be very conservative and say it's going to be 10 years before it happens.
Right. Well, it plays a little bit of a role today in a little bit of the underwriting process. I think that is going to just continue to...
How so? What has been that first thing where AI peeked around the corner and did this task and you went, oh, I guess we're doing some AI stuff now.
Right. The first process was, through our retail channel, right, in the underwriting piece of it, in that, we set criteria. And then based upon that criteria, then AI does the analyzing of the loan when it comes through, and whether it's an auto approve or whether it's one that needs review.
So back in the day, Shelley, someone would walk in and say, I'm looking for a home loan, and you'd have a guy get out and he'd dip the quill and you'd go, okay, well, let's learn a little bit about you. What do you do for a living? How much money do you make? What are you spending already? To determine if this person can actually afford the loan. Can they pay us back? Does it make sense for all parties involved? And now you can feed that criteria into a program, a website or whatever, and AI will do the risk assessment for you.
Correct.
It does a lot of the filtering.
It does a lot of the filtering.
Okay,
yes. There's
go
still
ahead.
Human touch that's involved with it, and I guess going forward in the next 10 years, if we call it that, I would assume that that's just going to continue to grow. I don't ever believe that the people aspect of buying a home will ever go away, because you simply need that touch of, here's what we have, here's how things work. But on the backside, on the financial side of things, it's already started.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll continue to grow. However, there's still going to be those groups of folks that want to sit down. We have everything available today, right, online. You can apply online. You don't ever technically have to come into the office. We can DocuSign all the documents and paperwork. But there's still a vast majority of folks who want to come into the office and sit down. I want to see your face, and I want to go through scenarios with you, and you provide me with that information right now. So I think that aspect of it will still be there, because it's the single largest purchase you'll ever make in your entire life. And to be able to sit down beside someone and go through that means a lot.
It's nice to just have a conversation with somebody.
It is. And whether, and again, it's not for everybody because people are busy. And so, you try to accommodate all kinds. And some prefer to really not ever talk to you face to face, and they just want to do it, all electronically, which is perfectly fine. We can do that too.
Speaking of that human touch.
Yes.
If you invited me to your house and you baked me something, what would be the one thing that that you bake that would just blow my socks off?
I would say that I make some really good enchiladas.
Do you really?
I do, yes.
Where's that come from?
Just years of doing it, I think. Perfected it, every time gets better and better.
Really? That sounds great.
Yes.
Are you feeding anyone at your house these days?
Just my husband.
Yeah.
My husband, yeah. Kids are grown, out of the house, and have grandkiddos now, so feed them occasionally.
You don't look like a grandma.
I am.
You look like a pretty vibrant grandma.
Well, I'd like to think so.
Yeah. Oh, that's good, Shelley. Well, you're taking care of yourself. Do you eat healthy?
I could be better. Let's put it that way. I try to, but, sometimes we stray a little bit, so.
But is eating is a conscious effort to eat healthy part of your thought process when it comes to stocking your refrigerator?
It is.
Okay.
Yes.
In what way? Like, what is one of your big boxes that you're always checking? Like, you know what? We always have plenty of this, and we always make sure that we're keeping a healthy balance of that.
Fruits and vegetables.
Yeah?
Yeah, just an array. Summertime is the best time, for the watermelon, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, and stuff. And then, of course, all the fresh veggies, cucumbers, lettuce, tomatoes.
So you'll have a lot of color in your house.
A lot of color,
outside
yes.
of a package.
Absolutely.
Are you a rinser offer, or are you a soak in vinegar and baking soda person for your fruit?
I'm a rinser offer.
Oh, you just get it wet and just eat it.
Rinse it off a little bit and let's go.
Start soaking it in vinegar and baking soda.
Okay.
Seriously, like
Better.
the Dirty Dozen is a real thing. I love strawberries and raspberries and blueberries and all those things, but those things are covered with so much stuff.
Yeah.
And it's stuff that's designed to hold on and not get washed off like with water, like the rain.
Right.
It's got to stick to it. So if you put all your fruits and vegetables in a big bowl, and you fill it 3/4 of the way full with water, sprinkle a bunch of baking soda on top, and splash it with a bunch of white vinegar, and swirl it around and let it sit there for I'd let mine soak for a half hour.
Do you?
I'm not kidding you. Two things happen. One, parts of the fruit come out and have no color on it.
Really?
Like half the strawberry will be white, half the blueberry will be just a very light blue. And when you then rinse it all off and then eat it, I'm telling you, it tastes like it's right out of the garden.
It tastes better.
It tastes incredible. And when you dump out the water solution, you'll look at how dirty it is, and you'll be like, oh.
And I was eating that, right?
Yeah. So just a little bit at a time, but yeah. And I mean, so to me, that's like a simple thing, and you're not putting any chemicals on your fruit. It's just vinegar and baking soda. Mm-hmm. and it makes it taste so good.
Does it?
Yeah.
I will definitely try that.
Yeah.
I will definitely try that.
You've been so giving in the conversation. I feel like I needed to give you something back. So
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Shelley.
Thank you. Can I just say a little something about RIA Federal Credit Union?
Plug away.
All right. I just wanted to say that we're celebrating our 90th year in existence this year.
No
And we're
kidding?
yeah, 90 years. And we're doing that by doing 90 random acts of kindness. So things such as cleaning up the highway. We did that a few weeks ago. We participate in the Honor Flight. We're a large supporter of the Honor Flight of the Quad Cities.
That's a good cause
It
too.
is a
That kind of
fabulous
tugs at your
cause.
heartstrings. You see all
Yes.
the old guys, and they get all together, and they get to have some camaraderie, and then they get to go do something together. And the Honor Flight thing is kind of one of those Quad City tradition things that are just, whether you are a sponsor of it or not, when you see it, it makes you feel kind of good.
Yeah, you see it, you learn just a teeny tiny bit about it, and it just definitely pulls at your heartstrings. It's amazing.
90 acts, 90 random acts.
Yes, 90 random acts. So we're busy. We're very busy this year, not only doing our business that we do for our membership, but then also all of our 90 acts of kindness.
Real quick before I let you go,
Yes.
because I have a thought on this.
Okay.
You're in a challenging spot when it comes to the 90 acts of kindness, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Finding the acts to do, you'll be able to do that. That's a labor of love. Like it's all part of the loving process of it. But I didn't know you do that, and I bet you the majority of the Quad Cityans didn't know you're gonna do it, and might not have known while you're doing it, because part of doing something for somebody, I feel, the most important part of ever doing something for someone is to never expect anything in return.
Right.
Nothing.
Nope.
Not even a thank you.
Nope.
Because if you do something and then you think, well, that person didn't even give me a thank you, well, then you did it because you were expecting the little shot of adrenaline from the thank you.
Right.
So, okay, that being said, I think you guys are doing this just because you want to do it.
Correct.
But it sure would be nice to share that with the general public. However, if every time you guys go do an act of random kindness and then you post it and post about it, well, are you doing it for the likes and the followers, or are you doing it because you wanted to do it? So in one hand, it's like we want to tell the story that we're doing this for everybody because we really want to do it and we care about the Quad Cities, 90 years worth. But how can we do it without it coming off like we're bragging about all the good that we're doing? It's such a hard position for a business to be in.
It is. It absolutely is. It's a balance. Like you said, you want to make sure that people know that we're giving back to our community who's given, to the credit union, right? So we're trying to make sure we're doing our share and more of the give back part of it. But part of it is letting them know that, hey, we're doing this. And some of it is join us. Join us. Come along with us and help us. So we're trying to balance that, but we're having fun with it and enjoying everything we're doing so far.
Well, here's what I want to do, Shelley. I want to live stream from one of those things.
Absolutely.
So when you've got something that you're going to do, let's get together. We'll live stream. We'll have some conversation. We'll have some fun about it. And we'll be able to tell the story without it being just some reel of, hey, look at us and look at all the good that we're doing.
That sounds fantastic.
Deal?
Deal.
And
Perfect.
make me some enchiladas next time we get together, will you? If you know we're getting together, boy, that'd be a treat if I got one in a little
You got
to-go
it.
container.
You got it.
Shelley, thank you. You're a gem.
Thank you
You're a
very
gem.
much.
Thank you for
Appreciate
hanging
the
out with
time.
me. And I think
Absolutely.
we've got, is that Julie Martin? Is that Julie Martin from Energy Balls coming in hot? Wow. I've been looking forward to this one ever since the inception.
Well, alrighty then.
Hey, Julie.
Hey, how's it going?
Welcome aboard.
Thank you so much.
Scoot in really close to that mic.
Okay.
You got to get like way up on it here. It just sounds better.
Okay. Am I there?
You're there.
right.
Yeah, you're there.
Okay.
This is kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
We've sometimes hung out socially, like around the same group of people. You and I have never had kind of a well, we've never been on camera together, really. So
No, not at all.
you've got such a fun operation going with, and is it pronounced Energy Balls?
Yes, like a spinoff of Energy, but with my name Julie. So
I've
it's the
always just
Energy
said
Balls.
Energy Balls,
Well-
even though I've seen the J in there. I just
Yes.
thought it was the same pronunciation, only just a different funky letter in there. But the J is Julie,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
How long you guys been at the Energy Balls thing now?
This is our 4th year of doing it. So it started off really small, where I just made it for Anger Eats, and then I put something on Facebook one day, and I said, "Does anybody else want to buy it?" And all of a sudden, 300 dozen orders came in, and said, "Oh, we got to get to work." And
Is that what happened
Yes.
after the initial posting?
yes, so then I had to create a business. I had to be like,
300 dozen?
Uh-huh.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You had to make 1,000 Energy Balls?
Oh, well, over 1,000. 300 dozen is.
Well, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be like 10,000, wouldn't it?
Well,
How
no,
many?
maybe
What
like
is 300
30,
times 12? 300 times 10 would be
Yeah,
3,000.
usually I'm rolling anywhere
Okay.
between 3,000 and 5,000 balls a week.
Boy, I sounded really dumb there. I'm like, you had to make
No.
1,000,000 Energy Balls.
The dozen 3 off.
I saw something. You guys made a post just the other day that you sold out of stock.
Yes.
And can I just tell you, I was so happy to see that.
Oh, well, good. Thank you.
I was so happy for you.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when you see another small business that created a thing that didn't exist prior to that thing starting,
Right.
and then to see that thing do really well, I'm really happy for you.
Yeah, well, thank you. I think it's worked so well because if somebody wants to just make a batch of energy balls, it's the biggest pain in the butt. You have to get, I mean, by the time you get all the things, your price is going to be, you know, sky high. And by the time you make just a dozen, you're like 30 to an hour in. So if I can just make them and roll them in bulk and then sell them, it just becomes way easier for everyone.
They're in our fridge.
Awesome.
They're in our fridge.
Yep.
And I'm not just saying that because you're
Yep,
sitting here like
I
they're
know.
in our fridge. So I'll give you my Energy Ball story.
Okay.
So we always like to have a bag of those in the fridge. And when like we run out of meat off the grill and there's just no leftovers and you come in from mowing or whatever and
Yeah.
you just want to eat something quick, those things are great to just grab out of the bag.
Right.
Because they're not like sticky.
Yeah.
Like you don't have chocolate and crap all over your hand.
Right.
Like they're just, but they taste really good.
Yeah.
And for those of you wondering what is an Energy Ball, if you've been living under a rock in the Quad Cities over the last couple of years, they're like a protein ball. They're like a protein bar, but they're homemade and they
Yeah.
come in like this about the size of a golf ball, and they're packed with way better stuff for you than if it had a wrapper around it and you
Correct.
opened it up and ate it.
Yeah, correct. That's what we think. My kids, we keep ours in the freezer, and most people do their refrigerator. For some reason, we like ours where they're like rock
Oh, you
hard.
eat it rock
I
hard, you
know.
weirdo?
I know.
Oh, then you gotta like gnaw through
I
it, don't
know.
you?
I know. And then I always laugh because then I have somebody who they leave theirs just in their car because they like it completely melted, and I'm like, not for me, but I always like hearing the different stories.
All right, I'll give you how I eat an
Okay,
Energy
let's
Ball.
hear it.
We always have a fresh bowl of fruit in our fridge.
Got it.
So it's a 3-part.
Yep.
So what I will do is I will eat half the Energy Ball in one bite, and then I will grab a whole strawberry and put it in my mouth in the same bite. And as I chew it up, it tastes like a fresh peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
That is awesome.
And so it works with blueberries, raspberries, but strawberries, you get like one of those big like GMO engorged strawberries, right? At least I wash them real good. And you bite into one of those with an Energy Ball. You got to do it at the same time, so you're chewing it up together. And then when you get about half of it down your gullet, you rinse the rest down with a sip of milk. Boo! That is some Le Poisson right there when it comes to some protein intake, man.
I love it. And mine is, I like it because for me, it substitutes like a cookie for me. Like if there's a cookie here, it's my all-time favorite.
Yes.
I can't be eating cookies all day. So that is my substitute for a cookie. So I have it all the time with a glass of milk. And that's how I get in my calcium. I do a glass of milk, and I got my energy out. But I do it where it's rock hard. So shout out to dentist Rachel Martin, who's had to see me before for some stuff.
I bet.
Oh, yeah.
I can't imagine eating one of those things frozen.
Oh, yeah. All I do. Had one this morning like it.
Why are you here at the Mel Foster Food Truck Friday? Why is Energy Balls here? What's the tie-in?
Realtors need energy.
Yeah.
And so.
And you're a woman of the people.
And I'm a woman of the people, and I give the people what they want.
Good.
Yes. Well, I mean, Energy Balls are for everybody, but a realtor who's on the go, always in their car, doesn't have time to stop for lunch, quick energy ball, and there you go. So I thought I'd bring it for Food Truck Friday, and they can grab a cup, take it with them, or have it for something sweet after their meal.
Our kids eat those.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's so hard to get your kids to eat something that isn't a complete pile of crap.
Right.
And the Energy Balls just, they taste good. Mm-hmm. They've got like the little mini M&Ms in them and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, like I said, they are far better for you than something that came in a wrapper that said, I'm a protein bar.
Exactly.
Right? And yeah, you just, I mean, but who else is going to, to your point, who else is going to have a big bag of flax seeds,
right.
And stuff that all the stuff you need to make a big batch of that stuff.
Yes.
I think of you sometimes when we go to Costco or something and buy a bunch of bulk stuff, and I'll see some big bulk ingredients that I know you use in those, and I think to myself, man, I'm glad I'm not Julie donkeying all these 40-pound bags of ingredients around.
That's where I am every week. Big bags of oats, flaxseed, chia seed, and then all the other fun add-ins. And that's what I always say too, because some people say, oh, you say they're really healthy and they have M&Ms. I'm like, yes, they do, but if you really look at the ball, they have like 4 mini little M&Ms or 4 mini little chocolate chips in it, and then it's packed in though with all the great stuff of the oats, flaxseed, and chia seed. So I figure if my kids see that, then that's what they'll turn to that instead of a granola bar that's sitting in a package. And
if somebody's going, I want to try one of these. I want to try before I buy, or get on, because that's the other thing. You guys deliver to our house.
Right. Yeah.
In this day and age, I mean, isn't that kind of special? Here's a company that's based out of the Quad Cities that you can just call them up or shoot them a text or go on their website. And then all you got to do is leave a cooler out on your front porch. And then when you get home, there's a bunch of bags of Energy Balls in it. And you've got a bunch of snacks. And all the money that you spend on it stays here in the Quad Cities and just keeps circling around in this ecosystem. Guess what? That's a dying art, folks. So, why don't you eat a little less crappy and support a local business?
Awesome. That's what I love, and we want to make it as convenient as possible. And so anybody can get on our website, www.energyballs.com. Every Monday they place the order, and on Thursday it arrives at their house, or they can do a free pickup that's just a mile away from TBK. But then also we now sell at the farmers market, so anybody who wants to head on there on Saturday mornings, and we sell them by the dozen and by the cup, which comes 2 to a cup, and then we also sell them at TBK for all the sports teams to have.
Look at you.
Yeah.
You are becoming...
And I forgot, and Gravistar.
And Gravistar.
Yes. And
is that like your newest account? Shout out to Gravistar.
It's an amazing coffee shop right off Devil's Glen, and they're also there every week with new flavors. She does a really good job of keeping new flavors there. Yeah,
the Energy Balls fit with like a cup of coffee too. By the way, it's just not just milk, right? The cup of coffee is a good one too, and you can dip it and it doesn't like fall apart in your coffee, because I've done that before.
Because they're rolled tight.
Well, anyway, Julie, I'm happy for you.
Yep.
Energy Balls is becoming one of those recognized brands.
Yeah.
Like, when I see your logo
Yeah.
and I see it more frequently and more frequently, I'm like, that's becoming a brand.
Yeah.
So buy your protein balls from Energy
Awesome.
Balls. Buy your fitness equipment from Treadmill Heroes, by the
There
way.
we go.
Right? Yeah.
I
Let's
agree
not
with that.
forget.
I agree
Let's not
with
forget about that. And
Yep.
buy a house through Mel Foster.
Company.
Thank you, Julie.
Thank you,
We'll be
Joe.
seeing you around. Go wrangle somebody in here for me,
sure
will you?
will.
All
All right,
right, go
appreciate
get
it.
them. All righty. Poor Julie probably lost out on a whole bunch of sales there while I had her tied down to the table. Get in here. Okay, so we got some dude coming in here. We're gonna find out what this guy's all about. How you doing, man?
Good. How you doing?
Joe Braymeyer.
Kurt Johnson. Nice to meet you.
Kurt with a T or a K?
Kurt with the C and T at the end.
Kurt.
Yep.
Okay. Kurt Johnson.
Johnson with the T.
Kurt Johnston with a T.
With the T.
What do you do here?
I work for IH Mississippi Valley Credit Union. It's a local credit union here, and I am the vice president of mortgage.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're like the brass.
No,
You're like the brass. You're like the guy that's like, good morning, Mr. Johnston. How are you today?
My job is to get out of everyone's way and put out a fire here and there when needed, but for the most part, yeah, the LOs, loan officers do the hard work. I just kind of sit there and smile for the camera, I guess, when needed.
Well, that's not something you just fall into. You've been at it for a while then.
Yeah.
How long you been lending money?
I've been lending money since 1998. I'm an old man.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. In the way back.
Way back. And I started off, it's not even around anymore. I started off in subprime lending back in the, I worked for Wells Fargo Financial. So back in the,
Get in nice and close here and
Yeah,
tell me,
sorry.
what is subprime lending?
so subprime is people, you can't qualify for your conventional conforming, so your credit score might be a little bit lower.
Okay.
So they don't really even have it around that much anymore.
No, that was borderline probably loan sharking at the time.
It was. I like to say we did it right though. As those
Yes,
other companies that
yes.
didn't.
The other guys were breaking thumbs down at the docks, but you guys were keeping it above board.
Yeah, my sales pitch on it is our job was to take someone who's had a problem, solve that, maybe pay off some credit cards, get them back, get their credit score up, and then we send them to the bank, the Wells Fargo bank or that. So it happened. Not as many, usually it's 30% of the time it would happen, but that was the goal. In subprime world, that's how it should be. Now, did they get taken advantage by other companies? For sure. And that's why you don't really have any out there anymore.
So now you're the VP. Who were we just talking to that she was the
Shelly. probably.
Shelly? Yeah, Shelly. What a nice lady.
Yeah, our cross of path. We talk to each other a lot. Being in the different settings. And Maggie, who you're going to have up here next.
Hi,
a lot of
Maggie.
us,
How you doing?
We sit there and we talk and throw ideas like, hey, what about this? So yeah, we have a good relationship. I mean, we're competitors. I want to beat every single one of them. But at the same time, we work
Oh,
well
you're
together.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys are both partners with Mel Foster, but you guys are
Correct.
You guys are
We're the lenders.
you guys are competing on who we can give you a better deal on this money
Yeah.
than the other person
Like
can.
Shelly and Maggie are great people, but you don't want to go with them. You want to go with Ira.
Well, there you go. Well, I won't get in the middle of all of that. Yeah, boy, oh boy, I'll get. You both will rip my arms off. And yeah. Well, this is kind of fun. What does a Kurt Johnston do when he's not sitting in the office and with his suspenders on?
Right. I was actually on the podcast a week ago from today. I like to do ultra running. So the big thing, I do 100-mile races.
You do the overnights.
Yeah.
I got a buddy that does that stuff.
Is he a weirdo too? I
You
mean,
probably
gotta be a
know
little
him.
bit weird.
All you psychopaths probably run in the same little group. His name's Eric Davis.
I've heard of him
He's
before, yeah.
he's a baseball dad with me, and we become good pals. We actually we do play-by-play on Game Changer during our son's baseball games.
Oh, do you
And we
really?
hook up the podcast gear, and we like.
Oh, that's
Yeah, so
awesome.
you better follow me. That's the least you can do after
Yes.
this sit down. Follow me, and you'll see. So what we'll do is are you familiar with Game Changer? It's like a live streaming app.
Yep.
So grandma can watch the
games,
game
yep.
when she can't make it to the game. Well, it's pretty much structured where it's just a bunch of ambient noise and the phone is on the fence. and you just watch the game and you try to like squint and decipher what's going on. Well, I was sitting there with Eric, who's another psycho long distance runner like you, and I was like, hey man, do you want to just do some play-by-play with me, and I'll just bring in the gear? And so we just sit there and have a conversation throughout the whole game.
That would be awesome.
While the game's going, and we'll say any notable things that happen, but usually it's like ball, walk, ball, hit by pitch, ball. So it kind of breaks it up, and it's a lot of fun. And anyway, so we were talking about that. How many of those have you done before? How many overnights have you done?
Overnights, really just a couple, just Leadville. But then, like last couple months ago, I did a 50-miler here in the Quad Cities out at Loud Thunder, where the Boy Scout, they have a lot of good trails. So I've done that one. I've done Potawatomi, which is in Peoria. That was a 50, and then I did 100K up in Des Moines. So if you get them fast enough, you can get within 12 hours. But those long ones where, you don't sleep. The funny thing is, you don't sleep for 30 hours of the race. They usually give you 30 hours to finish it. In fact, that's what they give you is 30 hours. But the night before, you're not sleeping at all. So you're going about 48, 50-some hours without any sleep. And by the end of that
race, because your nerves are just on fire. Like, there's no way you could possibly get to bed.
Your brain's just going crazy. So the first year, I didn't finish. I got hurt my knee, didn't finish, and my wife made a video of me saying, I'll never do this again. But the funny thing was, I was so tired, I sound belligerent, and people would come up to me like, hey, that video where you're drunk saying you won't run. I'm like, I'm not drunk.
No.
I'm just 50 hours awake.
I'm just shot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me ask you a question then, Kurt. Because I'm sure out of all the races you've done, you have somewhat of a memento from said event.
Yeah.
Let's say the joint's on fire and you can only grab one race memento to take with you. What are you going to grab off the wall?
To go to run the race? Or?
No, to save. Everything else is going to burn up in a house fire, and you can only save one memento from a past race that you've done. Because I'm sure you've got all the medals and crap hanging all over your wall. Not crap, but you know what I mean, right? Yeah. You got all the medals hanging next to your treadmill and stuff like that. So, like, what's the one thing you're going to grab to go, I remember this particular event, and I want to just hold on to this little piece here?
I would say my wife bought me. So Leadville, when you run Leadville is actually the highest city in the United States. So not only are you doing an ultra, you're starting off at 10,000
Is that like in Colorado or something? Okay.
So think of it this way. Denver's 5,000 feet, Leadville's 10,000. So you're 2 miles above sea level when you start the race.
Ooh.
And then you run it. You're running in the mountains, so you're going up to 13,000 feet. So they made this for me. My wife had made this like plaque of the outline of the race, but with the different elevations, and it looks like you're going up a mountain. It's something you can hang on the wall, but it shows you starting. And every place you go, it shows the altitude that you're in it and how far you're going. So that. The medals, who cares?
But that's kind of cool. That's neat.
Because not too many like the other ones, you're running, and that's tough. But when you're going up 13,000 feet, and it's 70 degrees on the bottom, but you're just like 40 degrees up top because it's gotten so cold. Because you're getting above the tree line.
Wow.
I mean, think of it this way: you're getting above the tree line where there's not enough oxygen for trees to grow, and you're going up above that. So yeah, in a race, that's 50 miles into the race. You got to do that. So,
Kurt, I hope you see me out and about again.
Yeah.
Like, and if you do, and you see me in a tent or something, come on and put the headphones on. I want to talk to you for a while, but we've got a whole backlog of people all of a sudden. I'm like, man, I don't know, how late is this food truck thing going to go? I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through all these people, but you seem like an interesting dude. You don't seem like some stuffy banker.
I'm just making sure I didn't cuss on this.
No, you didn't. Nope, you didn't. You did great, man. Hey, nice to meet you. I'm sure we'll see you around.
Yeah.
So yeah, make sure you say hi to me when you see you around, and give me a follow. Joe Brameyer. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. And don't be stingy with the likes either. All right.
Thank you so much, Joe.
All right, thanks, Kurt. We'll talk to you later, man. This has been fun conversation so far, Katie. As you're just now, did you get an energy ball? Oh no, this is just a little snack you brought from home. Oh. Not at all. Come on in. Stay right here. I mean, come get right in the middle here. I'll do my best to relay the information. In fact, Katie, we probably don't have enough hose for that one.
No.
Which is a bummer. But yeah, hang out with us. Okay. Hey, who do we got here? Who are you?
I'm
Jerry Doyle.
Speak right into the.
I'm Jerry Doyle, and this is Shelley Cousins.
Hi, Shelley Cousins and Jerry Doyle. I've heard both of your names before. I don't know you ladies, but I've heard your name. Are you like some rock star realtor here in the area?
I've been here a while.
Here, get really close to that mic, Jerry.
I've been here a while. I've been doing it almost 20 years.
The Iowa rankings came out today, and Miss Jerry was actually #1 in Iowa.
That's why I know you. You're the #1 realtor in the state of Iowa for homes?
Yes. Yes, the rankings came out.
Came out today.
Yep.
Well, why aren't we doing shots of tequila right now, Jerry Doyle?
That is next.
Probably because you got 4 more closings you got to get to today before you can even cut loose.
One more.
One more?
Yeah.
You do have a closing today, seriously?
Yeah, I do. Otherwise, we would be having shots of tequila, wouldn't we, Shelley?
And Shelley, you're a realtor as well, right? I've seen your name on some signs.
She's amazing.
Talk into the mic here for a second. How long you been at this racket?
This is my 14th year.
And where did you land in the rankings? Are you up there?
I was number 82.
Whoa! There's like a bazillion realtors in the state of Iowa.
Absolutely.
There's a bazillion in the Quad Cities.
I was actually going to look up how many are in Iowa, but I haven't done that yet.
Boy, I wish I had my Chat GPT with me right now. Did my phone die, Katie? Yeah. The other one up there. The live stream is still good, but good for you, 82. Wow. And you're #1?
Yes.
All right, Jerry, put that mic up in your face here for a second. I got to ask you. When you're like the #1 realtor in the state and you work at Mel Foster, I mean, I got to imagine they like send you some steaks or something, don't they? I mean,
It's a present.
yeah, I would.
It's like Christmas every day.
I would like to think that there's just a bunch of stuff that shows up at your house and be like, hey, by the way, Jerry, thanks again for the solid week. Whew, yeah.
I have an answer for
Like
you.
Christmas.
Oh, Katie's got an answer for us.
Number of realtors by state in Iowa, there are 7,940.
There are 7,940 realtors in the state of Iowa, and you're number 82?
She's a
Shelley's 82, and Jerry Doyle is #1.
yes.
Can I get an autograph or something? That's a big deal. Look at you. All right, Jerry. What's the most expensive house you've ever sold?
1 point. No. What was that one in the? It was like 2,300,000.
Is that up there like on Eagle Crest or somewhere up there? Eagle Ridge? No.
No.
Was it here in the Quad Cities?
It was in the Quad Cities.
Good for you.
Yeah, it was in Bettendorf.
1 point what?
No, it was 2.3.
2.3.
Yep.
10 years from now, that'll be a 2-bedroom ranch.
Exactly.
You know?
The way the prices are going.
Oh my gosh, yeah. How do we get that under control?
I know, it's
Jeez.
crazy. Like 500 is almost obsolete anymore unless you go older. So, yeah, our new construction is like 700 and above, or 650 and above. It seems like.
I'm going to ask you something. I'll ask you both. Jerry, you first, then you, Shelley. You can think of your answer. You both do pretty well for yourselves.
Yep.
What is your splurge? Like if you're going, you know what, I had a good month, I'm gonna splurge a little bit. Like what would your splurge be?
Shoes.
Shoes, really? That's your thing?
I'm a shoe girl.
How many
Yep.
pairs you got, or how many closets do you have full of shoes?
I can't tell you that.
Do you have
It
a
may incriminate me.
with that many shoes? Do you have a favorite pair?
I have a favorite pair.
Tell me about them.
They're nude color. They have little gold spikes on them. They're Valentinos. I love those. They're my favorite pair.
How long have you had them?
A year. I got them last year for Christmas.
So you take care of them like a nice pair of Jordans.
Yes, I only wear them on special occasions.
When was the last time you wore them?
Last week,
For what?
I wore them for a closing.
Oh, was it a big
It
closing?
was a great closing. Yeah.
Good
It
for
was like
you.
$950. Yeah, so it was a good closing.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Almost the million mark.
Yep. They're
And-
all good. You know what? I mean, at the
Yeah,
end of the
well,
day, all
yeah,
closings
but those are
good.
fun, right? I mean,
Those are
it's
just
always
a little-
nice to throw a big
little more.
touchdown
Yeah,
pass.
right.
Yeah. How about you, Shelly? What's your you got to get in real close. What do you splurge on when you get a pretty decent check?
I think the thing I splurge on most is when we're on vacation. We call it rules of vacation rule, and then you can buy whatever you want on vacation. It doesn't count.
Oh, that's kind of fun. If my wife is watching, I kind of like no budget vacation. That's kind of fun, right?
Once you're there, nothing counts.
Oh, boy. Even when you try to not do that, that sometimes just happens, doesn't it? Jeez. Well, that sounds fun. Listen, we're obviously here promoting Mel Foster, but more importantly, it's like you guys. It's like what sometimes when people look at Mel Foster, they're like, well, that's a 100-year-old company, and but man, you guys are funky fresh. I mean, the corporate building, when I was walking through there, it's all fun and lighty and trendy and open and can I be honest with you, Jerry? Yeah. I've heard your name before, and I knew you'd been in the game for a long time. I mean, you've been in the game ever since honeys be wearing Sassoons, right? I figured you'd be like an old decrepit lady. You're not. Like, you're a good looking, like you got a lot of gas in the tank right now.
Still have time left.
Yeah. I mean, so
I'm not getting ready to put my foot in the grave, that's for sure.
I would know, like, if your foot got in the grave now, I'd be like, what happened? Like, she had it all dialed in. Do you work out?
I do.
Where do you work out at?
At home.
Do you?
Yeah, I have a home gym.
Did you get it from Treadmill Heroes Fitness Equipment, which is my company that's locally owned and operated in the Quad Cities?
Isn't that the one up by the Betplex?
Used to be. Lease ran up, and we decided boutique retail stores aren't helping. They ain't doing so good. And so when people want to touch, feel, and smell, they come over to our show floor over in Wilton, and they can get on the equipment and try it out. But a lot of people just ask our service techs, be like, hey, is my treadmill worth fixing? And sometimes it is, and we'll fix it, and sometimes it's like, no, but we can just bring you another one. And a lot of times, just since we've been around the area for so long now, they're like, just bring me a new one, and if you say it's good and it's going to last and it's got a good warranty, then let's rock and roll. So
I think I got my rowing machine from you.
Well, thank you very much, Jerry.
Welcome.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
When I wear it out, I'll come over.
Look at that.
One.
Quad City money, staying in the Quad Cities.
That's
How
right.
great is that?
Promote local. We always try to promote local.
Anyway, I felt like if I didn't tell you that thought, that I had a completely different vision of what Jerry Doyle looks like in my head with never meeting you, I felt like I'd be cheating you. So,
Oh, thank you.
yeah.
It sounded like it was going to be a compliment, and then it was, so that was good.
Absolutely. And Shelly, by the way, too, like, as far as realtors are concerned, I mean,
Right?
you're pretty easy on the eyes, too. So, whatever you're doing, are you working out at home or are you going to a gym?
I go to the Y.
The one in Bettendorf?
Utica.
The old Golds.
Yep.
Have you always gone to, talking to the mic, have you always been to the old Golds? Have you been there forever, or did you just recently start going there?
I used to go to the old Militich gym.
Champions down on
On
State Street. Yeah,
That's where I
Champions.
started out, and then once that kind of changed a little bit, I've been going to the Y for, I don't
A long
know, 12
time.
years or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a runner, too.
Yeah.
Do you do the Quad City Marathon?
No, just the big.
Just the Bigs. Jerry does the Quad City Marathon
No.
just for fun. You're in such good shape, you do it just for grins, right?
Just watch 'em.
Something to do on a
I
Sunday.
cheer him on. I watch him with my margarita, and I'm like, yeah, get after it.
Oh, that's great. You two are fun. Next time I know we're going to do this, I'll bring you a pair of headphones, Shelly, and I'll bring an extra mic. And shame on us for being ill-prepared for a three-person interview here. But, hey, listen, if you want to sell your house and probably do it with a high degree of accuracy, hook up with Jerry and Shelly here. Either one of them. I mean, number 1, number 82, no matter how you slice it, you're in the tippy top of the pile. You're way up where the air is thin up there. So, well done. Don't change a thing, okay, ladies?
Thank you.
You got anything you want to plug? You got like an Instagram account or something? You got like a website or something you want to throw out there?
JerryDoyle.com.
Right into here.
JerryDoyleRealtor.com.
Spell it out.
GERI DOYLE REALTOR.com.
All right.
Yes.
Go ahead, Shelly. You got like a handle?
Find me on Instagram, QC Realtor Shelly Cousins.
Okay, well, there you have it. We'll plug that, but those are things that need no plugging. There's already a lot of steam in the locomotive with you two. So,
That's right.
all right. Well, listen. Thank you.
very
This has been fun. We'll have you guys back. All right, and then I think we've got someone else on deck here. I got to meet some of the famous names in the realty world. Katie. You used to kind of be in the realty world. You've heard those names.
Yes, I know Jerry.
Come on in. Yeah. Honestly, I thought Jerry Doyle was going to be like a 90-year-old lady just because I've heard that name forever.
You should have asked
I'm
me.
telling
and I
her
would
you
have
said that.
Oh, he
What?
told her.
that.
I told her
you
that.
told her.
I told her that. I was like, Jerry, I gotta be honest with you. I thought the real Jerry Doyle was like an old, decrepit lady, and I told her, I was like, you're like good looking, like you've still got a lot of gas in the tank. So she's taking care of business. Talking about a good looking gal, who are you?
I'm Maggie Pavano with In People Credit Union.
You're
Who are you?
Oh, hey Maggie, Joe Braymeyer, just a washed up local. I'm a Quad City native. I own a company called Treadmill Heroes Fitness
That's what
Equipment.
I heard. Chris said he does treadmills.
Yeah.
You go like runs on them?
No, we fix them when other people run on them.
Gotcha.
So we sell all types of fitness equipment, home gyms, ellipticals, bikes, all the things. And then we also do commercial stuff too. So we work with a lot of commercial facilities to one degree or another.
Nice.
If you have a facility in the Quad Cities and you have exercise equipment in it, in one way or another, Treadmill Heroes has been in there either swinging wrenches or bringing you new stuff.
Well, you just met Kurt Johnston. He's a big runner, but I think he likes the ground.
Dude, the runners,
They're not your people?
They don't. They've got like one crappy treadmill from grandma's basement that they use on the off chance that it's sleeting and blowing sideways outside. Otherwise, they are outside run.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think that's great. But no, we're looking for more the general fitness people who are just like, I need to lift a few of these and I need to do a couple of these and I've got a spare bedroom and I don't know what to do with it. People can call us.
I want the look.
Yeah.
I want the look of being athletic.
There you go. Yes. I don't care if I'm strong. I want to look like I'm strong.
Yeah. Sure.
Maggie, right?
Maggie, yep, and People Credit Union.
So you're another lender.
I am the lender.
You are the lender. I feel like we've talked to a few lenders today. That's a competitive world.
It is.
And also, with Mel Foster being just such a big brand here in the Quad Cities, they have to work with multiple lenders, and that's good.
Yeah, and what's kind of special about our relationship is we used to be named Dear Employees Credit Union, and we just updated our name to People Credit Union, and one of the signs behind us says Mel Foster Relocation. And they handle a lot of the relocation for John Deere employees that are moving across the country to the Quad Cities. And we handle a lot of relocation for John Deere employees as the lender. So that's our good collaboration that we have with Mel Foster.
Oh, yeah. You guys are...
Supporting Mel Foster and the John Deere family.
Well, that kind of ties into what I was telling Carrie Nesbitt early on when we kind of kicked this off. I was like, the thing with Mel Foster, like it's just one of those comfy brands that are floating around the Quad Cities that you don't necessarily need to know all the ins and outs of the company and what they do. Obviously, they sell buildings, right? But they do a whole lot more. But it's just a comfy brand. It's like what you said with John Deere, right? It's like, man, we want to preserve those big old brands because that's kind of history, and they have weathered the storm of business over 100+ years. So it's important. You got to always have new small businesses, but you still got to have some big oak trees in the forest that are are always going to be there.
Yes. Yep. And they kind of set the foundation for others to grow on top of them. You know what I mean? I think that's what's cool about Mel Foster. They're a name brand. It's comfort. It's competence. It's confidence. Similar to In People Credit Union, we've been around for 85 years in this community, like in supporting John Deere, and now we're going out into the community, getting more relationships built. It's just a staple. Yeah. Staple name.
This whole thing that they do with this food truck is kind of cool because, it's nice to feed your employees and stuff. Like, that's great, but I like the vendor and the business partner aspect of the invite to come over here and hang out, because they're like, hey, listen, Mel Foster has only been around for 100 years because of all of our partners that help make Mel Foster who Mel Foster is. And it doesn't seem like they've lost sight of that. And so they're like, well, just, you're a partner, you're part of this, then come and hang out at the food truck thing.
Yeah.
You know?
I love it.
I think that's nice, right?
And you've met a lot of lenders, and we kind of all, I think you've met Shelly and Kurt Johnston, myself, and, we've all been lenders in the community probably for 20 plus years. And even though there's some competition there, we're all here to serve the community and make homeownership possible.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
Cool.
Yeah. What do you do for fun?
I mother.
How many?
Just two.
Two younglings.
I have 2 boys, and currently the fun part is I help coach my 10-year-old's baseball team.
Oh, good for you.
I'm out in Bluegrass, so it's just town ball, but it's just fun because they're so impressionable, and and then I have a 13-year-old, and this is a year of home runs. He's kind of figured out how to twist those hips and use his power.
Great.
So he's hitting, I think they call them dingers.
Has he hit a dinger?
He hit 1 dinger last year, and we thought, oh, that was just a fluke.
Was that his first one ever? How special was that?
Oh, my gosh.
Hold on. We got time.
Yeah.
Take me back to that. Last year, you're a mom. Are you coaching at the time, or you're in your lawn chair?
I'm just a lawn chair.
Okay, so you're hanging in your lawn chair, and your son, what's his name?
Ace.
Really? That's his real name?
Yeah.
It's kind of badass. What's your last name?
Pavano.
Ace Pavano? How old is he?
He's 13.
He could be super ugly and still be a lady killer with that name. How you doing?
He's cute.
Ace Pavano.
Yeah, right.
You're not letting him run around with one of those stupid broccoli top haircuts, are you?
No. We're a high and tight family.
It's called the llama haircut, actually.
The llama, that's what it's called?
Yep.
Okay, so anyway, Ace Pavano, 12 years old, goes up to bat. You're hanging out in your lawn chair, and you're just hoping he doesn't strike out like every parent, right?
Yes.
All right, wind up in the pitch. What happens?
Well, my favorite part is that my dad's there. And I have an older brother, and he was always playing baseball. So my dad was always there saying, like, 2 ducks in the pond, and get the big cheese, all that stuff.
All the sayings.
All the sayings.
Yeah.
So when you watch back the video, my dad's got a video on Ace, and right when that pitch comes towards him, he goes, that's it. And he swings, and he goes, it's a home run! So my favorite part of the whole thing is that my dad caught it on video, and you can hear my dad commentating the whole time. And you can obviously hear me in the background jumping out of my chair and screaming
that's
in
so
excitement.
cool.
And then his little brother Enzo runs through the dugout onto the field to chest.
Oh, really? Oh.
You're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, but
I mean, it's whatever. It's town ball. We're out in Bluegrass, and so it was pretty exciting. And then, so we kind of thought that was it. And then this year, I think he's on number 5 that he's hit. And so now it's like he expects it. So we're kind of having to pull him back a little bit. Say, if you actually just hit the ball 3 out of 10 times, that's successful. So just relax, champ.
do you have that video on your phone?
Oh yeah.
Will you text that to me when we get done here? Because I'll make a reel out of what we were just talking about, and I can splice that in.
That would be awesome.
I'd be happy to share that. I think that would be kind of fun.
It would be awesome. Yes. And I mean, obviously, Ace hitting the home runs a great part of it, but just my dad catching it and calling it right when he went to go hit. He's like, oh, that's it, it's gone. That was kind of pretty special. And
How
I know
neat.
that he's gonna look back and be like, that was my papa, and I you know what I mean, and I all caught it on video, so it was cool.
It ain't just baseball.
It is not just baseball.
It's bigger than baseball, baby.
That's right.
And you know what, too? Good for you to be on the town league. It's because it ain't just the town league. I got to tell you, there's a lot of parents out there right now going, man, I wish there was just a town league. I wish I could just put my kid on his bike with his bat holder and his glove hanging off of the handlebars and just send him down to the field and let him know, hey, we'll be down in about an hour before the game starts.
Yep. That's what the feeling is out there. So it's just Bluegrass, Durant, Walcott, Buffalo. And it's no weekends.
Good for you.
I know, it's so great.
Our daughter's over in the LeClaire Town League for softball. And same kind of deal. We stay right in that area. And I think that's great. Are you from Chicago?
I'm not.
Where are you from?
From Davenport, Iowa.
Born and raised?
Born and raised.
But you've sounded, when you said dad, my dad, that's my dad. That sounded a little Chicago-y. Maybe that's the Pavano.
It might be.
I don't know.
Just personality.
How long you been in the lender business?
I started when I was 3, so 20 years. Does everybody say that?
No, no one's ever said that. No, but you've been doing this for 20 years.
Yeah, about 20 years.
Jeez, Maggie, you seem like a good person. What are you? Do you like collect anything? Are you like? Do you hold on to anything from like your childhood or anything like that that you're kind of into?
No.
No. Are you
I'm a minimalist.
You don't allow clutter in your house.
No. I don't like stuff. I purge more than I collect.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Like,
I guess the probably the most things I don't purge are shoes and clothes. But other than that, no. I'm the type that I throw my kids' toys away and they go looking for it. I'm like, I don't know where that went. You must have misplaced it. When really I just pitched it.
We have every last thing that's just hanging around in like a tote somewhere.
No.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
So you probably update your house a lot. The decor?
No, not really. I mean, I
keep it simple.
Yeah, I keep it simple. Yes.
You have a lot more inner peace that way.
Yes, clear brain.
Yeah.
Mental. It's all mental. Yes.
Good luck with the coaching.
Hey, it's fun. I love it.
I think it's always fun to see moms coaching boys.
Yes.
Whatever the sport is, moms coaching boys. I think it's a good thing. And I think the boys get a lot out of it too.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Anyway, well, thank you, Maggie.
Thanks for having
hey,
me.
if you need some dough to buy a house.
And People Credit Union. We have leading market rates right now, and it's fun. And there's a ton of houses out there. So grab yourself an agent from Mel Fargo, a lender from a People Credit Union, and let's do it.
And you'll probably get like a free notepad and a pen or something when you stop in. Maybe a bowl of mints are sitting there.
What I can guarantee you, 100% at least get a koozie.
You know what you ought to do at your branch? Get rid of all this the same crap they give away at all the other banks. Like, why not instead of a thing of mints, have like a thing of warheads or something there, like something fun that you wouldn't expect to walk into, a place like yours and see.
Yeah.
Something little like that would add a little bit of sizzle. Like if I walked in, I saw some warheads, I'm like, damn, I haven't had a warhead forever. Like I would probably put a few in my pocket too.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right, Maggie.
Okay, I'll take that back to our marketing team.
Take it back to marketing.
Yeah.
Say, listen, we're too vanilla here. We've been around forever. Let's go. Come on. Let's act like we're the big guys we are.
Yes.
So, all right, get out here and go lend some money.
Thank you.
Hey, Maggie, you're a pal.
Yeah.
All right.
Pal.
See you later. And don't forget to follow. Don't forget to follow and text me that, or you can just instant message me that video on Facebook. All right, let's get somebody else in here.
Before we start, Joe, we have the guys coming to switch vehicles shortly.
Here?
Yeah.
Did they already do all the things?
I think so. Dane called me and he said, "Where are you?"
Well, then have them come here and just hang out. We can hang out with them.
Okay.
Headphone, if you don't mind, throw the headphones on.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
You're going to want to talk really close into the mic.
Okay.
What's your first name?
Katie.
Hey, Katie.
Hey.
How are you?
A little nervous. I've never done this before.
Oh, don't be. We're just hanging out.
Exactly.
We're just having a conversation,
All right.
Katie. My name's Joe.
All right.
And I'm becoming buddies with everybody at Mel Foster.
Yeah.
I have a little company called Treadmill Heroes. We sell exercise equipment.
Oh, okay.
And we cover the Quad City area and Iowa City and Cedar Rapids. We're based out of Wilton.
Okay, yeah.
And so if you ever need a piece of exercise equipment, give us a holler. We'll bring one right over to your place. And even if you got some junky thing, you can trade it in.
I do have an old treadmill that doesn't have incline.
Let's get rid of that thing.
Yeah,
I already don't like it.
Yeah, it's pretty flat.
Katie, what's your last name?
Holderness.
Say that again.
Holderness.
Katie Holderness.
Yeah.
And why are you here? Like, what's your tie-in to all this?
And to Mel Foster?
Yeah.
Well, I am a producer for personal lines insurance.
Dumb that down for me a little bit. What does that mean? That seems like what's actually printed on your business card. Help me understand what's on your business card.
So I'm an agent for personal lines insurance. So anything from home insurance, auto, boats, recreational vehicles, rental properties, we insure those.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. You're an insurance salesman.
Basically,
saleswoman.
Yes, but
Yeah.
basically, I mean, the difference with Mel Foster is we write with a lot of different companies, so we have a lot of options for clients as opposed to just a company that writes with one carrier.
So with your relationship, well, you are part of Mel Foster. You're in the insurance arm of it.
Yes,
How long you been doing that?
for about 2 years.
What were you doing before you got into the insurance world?
I was a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And then what? They just moved out?
No.
Got old enough.
Nope, they were in school.
Yeah.
So, yep, 4th grade, and then my twins will start kindergarten in the fall.
Are you from the Quad Cities?
No, not originally.
Are you from out east?
Yes, Virginia. How did you know?
You've got that twang to your. I have family that live out in Delaware and Philly,
Oh,
and
well, that's the north. I'm not from the north.
yeah, but you guys still kind of have that little twinge of an accent from out east out there. Yeah, you sound. You remind me of my cousin Jennifer.
Okay, hopefully, you know. You
She's a peach.
Okay,
She's
good.
wonderful. Yeah, my cousin Jennifer. She's the oldest of all the cousins on our side of the family.
Okay.
And she's just a delight to talk to, and has kind of just a nice, calm, friendly demeanor about herself. And you're kind of putting off cousin Jennifer vibes.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what brought you to the Quad Cities?
Well, I was born and raised over in Wilton, where our company is based out of. And my wife was born and raised in Bettendorf.
Okay.
And so we have a house in Bettendorf.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, our kids are Spartans.
Okay.
Yeah. That was tough for her because she was a Bettendorf Bulldog.
Oh,
and
I can see,
yeah. Now our kids are wearing the blue.
Yeah.
Wearing the royal blue.
She's okay with that?
Yeah. What color are your kids wearing?
Bettendorf Bulldogs.
Oh, yeah. The rival.
Exactly. But it's good to have a good local rival.
Oh, I think it's great. I think the PV and Bettendorf rival is fun, and
It is.
yeah.
Very fun.
Speaking of that, do you are you much of a risk taker when it comes to like outdoor activities? Like, have you ever been into have you ever been on a pair of water skis?
Not water skis, but tubing, you know.
You've been on a tube.
Yes.
Hmm.
And the skid board, like, you know, where they pull the board behind you. It's like the surfboard.
Oh, like the wakeboard.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay,
you've wakeboarded?
Yes, but I couldn't think of what it was called. But
Oh,
yes.
yeah. How long ago was that?
Oh, gosh, probably like when I was in high school, so 25 years ago.
Help me learn a little bit about your personality. Let's say we were out on a nice, calm lake in the pontoon boat.
Okay.
And we're pulling a couple tubes behind us.
Okay.
I'm like, Katie, get in one of the tubes. We'll play. Would you hop out there and get in one of the tubes, or would you?
Absolutely.
You would.
Yes, absolutely.
You'd be like, let me finish my beer first,
Exactly.
and then I'm
Well,
going to take a fresh one with me.
Or
yeah.
margarita.
Okay, good. All right, so you like to have some fun.
Yeah, definitely.
What show are you indulged in right now?
Oh, show. Well, I just finished watching on Apple TV Friends with Neighbors, I think, or Friends of Neighbors.
Okay.
It's actually really good. So basically, he used to be a big investment banker, right? And, you know, he got fired. And then he actually started stealing from his neighbors.
Okay.
But because it's this very wealthy, like, small town, you know, $1 million homes.
So he's got to keep up with everybody.
Yes, and then he would secretly pawn it.
Oh.
Yeah. But it's kind of like the concept, like, everyone thinks nothing bad would ever happen in that town.
Sure.
So nobody sets their
Everyone's got their
alarm,
card. Everyone's
or
guard
locks-
is down.
Right, or locks their doors or anything like that.
And this guy's raking it in.
Oh, yeah, he is.
And it kind of ties in, too, because he's got a banking background. So I'm sure that's probably how you initially got, you're like, oh, there's some parallels in my life there. So let me, as far as like what the guy does.
Exactly.
So, what platform is that on?
Apple TV.
That's like the one. That's like the one app we don't do.
You don't have Apple TV?
And I've got like a stupid iPhone and a MacBook and all that. But
Apple TV's got a lot of good shows. Apple TV Plus.
And will that actually show like regular channels too? Like if I want to watch Paula Sands, can I see that on Apple TV?
No, it's just their shows. And then like movies and things. Like Netflix, but it's a lot cheaper. It's only $10 a month.
Oh, so it's kind of one of those add-on apps that you have. It's
Right,
not
it's
like the
just $10.
$80 YouTube TV
No.
app that just will
Or
nail
Netflix,
you.
that's like $24.07 now a month.
Did you ever get into any of the following? Sopranos, Sons of Anarchy, Breaking Bad. You get into any of those?
So, Sopranos I've seen. Believe it or not, I've never seen Breaking Bad. And I've seen a couple episodes of Sons of Anarchy. But I do hear that those are shows that I need to watch. They're like the classic, like, you got to watch them.
Hasn't pretty much everyone from the East Coast seen Sopranos?
I think everybody's probably seen Sopranos.
Yeah, to a degree, everyone has. Yeah.
I didn't really like how it ended, though, because you weren't really quite sure what happened.
That's been like the age-old debate is like,
Did he get arrested?
did he get, is he dead? Because it's like, is Tony Soprano dead?
Right.
Did he,
Because we don't know.
like, who walked through the screen door? Was it just a normal patron? Or did somebody come in guns blazing? You just don't know.
No, because it just kind of ends.
And that was such a bummer after James Gandolfini died a couple years after that. And it was
yes,
like,
I forgot about
yeah, and it's like, well, anybody who was kind of hanging on to hope that, yeah, well, of course, now in AI, they can just bring him back now, but we all kind of know it's not the real him, sadly.
Exactly.
Did you watch it when it came out?
Yes. So I believe I was in college, and I had just finished college, I think, when it ended. Because I graduated college in 2004.
From where?
From Radford University in Virginia.
Okay.
Right by Virginia Tech.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I watched it on a DVD box set.
Oh,
Remember, you had to buy the seasons on DVDs, and it was like crazy expensive to get like the book of the full season. And I had all 6 seasons on DVD that I bought like full retail at Best Buy.
And
Like
thinking that you're going to, watch it again, but you don't.
Mm-mm.
And then
No.
remember like Netflix when you used to order the DVDs and they would mail you like 3 DVDs?
That's something
and then
that I
if you
think.
wanted the next season, you would mail it back.
Yeah, that's where people. I think there's so many people that are probably 30 or under that. 20 or under, but at least with when Netflix first came out, you're right. They put the DVD in an envelope, in a red and white envelope, and they would mail it to your house. And it was just like the video store. You still had to return it. You had to like stick the DVD back in.
And they were like return envelope. And then Redbox. Remember like when Redbox came out? That was
Man.
like the biggest thing. It was like, oh, this is so cool.
You'd go to Redbox, and then you'd be like sold out too.
Right, and then you'd be upset. And then
I mean, I kind of feel bad for whoever went all in on
it
Redbox.
didn't last very long.
No, I mean, for a minute, if you didn't really have your thumb on the pulse of your finger on the pulse of kind of the market, you'd probably look at a Redbox investment and be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm going to be printing money here." People are going to buy something out of my vending machine and then bring it back, and I get to keep the money and resell it
You
again.
think it's probably awesome. And then streaming came along.
And then streaming came, and sorry, buddy.
I mean, it's even like, iPods. Those are ancient history.
I wish I still had my original iPod Mini, because I had so many dope songs on that, and I can't remember them now because they were relevant to me then. But man, if I could play that playlist again.
If it's the same Apple ID, you should be able to pull up the playlist.
I didn't have an Apple ID at the time.
You would.
I just had it on like a computer, and I would then put it
downloaded it from LimeWire.
from LimeWire. Yes, I had a LimeWire account. I wonder how many viruses I had too with my LimeWire account.
And the Napster.
Man, the Napster. The very first chat program I used to use. Do you remember a program called ICQ?
No.
So ICQ was in the same era of the Napsters and stuff like that. But whenever you would send someone a message, just like MSN Messenger.
Okay. Oh yeah.
You remember MSN Messenger? Yeah. Well, ICQ was kind of like the cool kid version of MSN Messenger. And every time you would send a message, it would go, uh-oh, like that. And that was the notification. Right. So if you had like 50 windows open and you were chatting with a bunch of people, uh-oh. And anyway, I don't know why I'm telling you that, Katie.
Remember AOL Instant Messenger?
I never did AOL,
And
but
you would put like the away message.
I didn't have that. I wonder what do you think was better, MSN Messenger or?
I'd say AOL.
Really?
Because you would have your away message and you could see, and then sometimes you would get back and people would leave you messages.
Do you still have your AOL email?
I do not.
Yeah.
But I do think it's funny when clients give me their email and they have AOL. I'm like, oh gosh, I didn't even know AOL was still around.
Yeah. Do you tell them that? I tell people that all the time. Like they'll give me their email if they're like, oh, it's Jack Johnson at Hotmail. I'd be like, you have a Hotmail account? I didn't even know the thing that still had a server that was running it.
It's like Yahoo, but you still see a lot of Yahoo emails.
I have a Yahoo.
Oh, you do?
I do.
How long have you had it?
Probably since I was 14 or 15.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Because I don't even, like, if Yahoo even is around anymore.
It is.
Really?
Yep.
Do you use that as your search engine?
No.
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 Like, no, I use email for that.
Yeah.
Or Google.
Do you have anything you want to plug, Katie, before we start tearing this tent down? Do you have anything you want to promote? You got like an Instagram handle, or you got any reason why people should call you directly for anything? Or
Well, I would just say that Mel Foster gives multiple options for, different, every person's insurance story is different, regardless if it's the age of the roof, claim history, things like that. And the benefit of Mel Foster is it's not a one-stop deal. So if you are not able to qualify with one company, we have about 8 or 9 others that we can shop around for you. So we have a lot of options. We work for you. If rates increase, you don't have to worry about going to shop your account. That's what we do for you.
stop on in, grab a bottle of water out of the community cooler, and sit down, relax, and let Katie just take care of business for you.
And we handle everything. We have like comparative raters, so we can plug in people's information, and it will quickly run it with all our companies, and we can get a rough idea of a rate and go from there.
We got to wrap this up. Yeah. We're going to get kicked out of here.
But, you save the best for last. So
I would say so. Yeah.
Insurance, that's the best.
Katie, I'm gonna kick you out of here. I'm gonna have Carrie come in and say goodbye to everybody. We'll do a little sign off here. It was nice meeting you, and you reminded me of some of my family during this, and it's a cousin who I think a lot of, and I don't get to see her that often. So thank you. I got to steal some of that energy from you.
Awesome. So this was a lot of fun.
All right, Katie, we'll do it again, all right?
Sounds good.
All right, thank you. You can just set your headphones right there, and we'll get Carrie Nesbitt in here to wrap this thing up after a fun Food Truck Friday. How'd it go?
It was good.
How'd the food truck go?
It was good. I wish you could have stopped and ate something.
I know.
It was really good burger.
Well, I kept looking, wondering if you were going to bring me a plate, and there was
she said, no, we're good. It's her fault.
Because Katie knew I would eat it on the mic, and people, I'd be exposed for how much of a hog I am when it comes to eating in public.
We saved your reputation.
We don't do ASMR.
What is ASMR?
It's where a lot of people are into that.
What is it?
It's close up to a microphone, soothing sounds, or some people are really into like eating sounds.
No,
that's weird.
I couldn't.
I would scroll right past.
Yeah, no way.
Unfollow and block.
It's like, let's open up this packet of cards here. And that's what ASMR is?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we've seen those kind of videos before.
Yeah, no, can't do it.
Okay.
No, but thank you so much. This was great.
I got to meet some really nice people.
Yeah, they loved all of the feedback was amazing. So we're so happy to have been able to highlight everybody that was here.
Yeah,
so
and
not intimidating. They all were a little nervous.
I feel like we had some really good conversation with some lenders. I mean, at face value, it's like, oh, we're going to talk to a lender. Okay. Right. But everybody is such a wonderful personality, and they've got their own thing going. And
they do.
It was nice to kind of get to know everybody on a personal level. Yeah. So, well, maybe I'll get a free plate of food next time I come and do this thing.
One.
Well,
I wish we could have.
You don't owe me a thing. This was a labor of love. I'll tell you what, this is fun. I hope we get to do this again. And Matt here is holding on to the tent like, okay, wrap it up, folks. We got cords to roll up. We got tents to fold. One last time, if you need a house, holler at Mel Foster. Go.
Absolutely.
If you need some fitness equipment, holler at Treadmill Heroes. And if you need a good time this weekend, you know what? Take your shoes off, go out and get in the grass and get some sun. You'll have the best weekend you've had in a long time. Thank you, Carrie.
Thank you.
And thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll holler at you at the next one. See you later.